Hi there. In this unit, I'd like to explore with you the theme of roads and tracks of all kinds, streets, highways, possibly. There are a lot of them. We can understand them as being an expression of our life path. This is in the outer environment. So we're not dealing with just our inner reality. We are also dealing with our outer reality, more particularly possibly our social life or professional life or our relationships, intimate relationships, family relationships, whatever. It's just the outer experience, your life track, where you are at this moment, at the moment of the dream. If it's a highway, obviously, it means you can go forward without difficulties at high speed, your fast track. If it's a bridge, it will indicate a transition, a passage from one stage of your life towards another stage of your life. Possibly easier than if you had to go through a number of obstacles. A tunnel is also a passage, but it's an underground passage, so it goes through a darker part of you or a subconscious, less conscious part of you. Possibly a number of difficulties that you have to go through in order to reach another stage where it's again in the open air, in the light. A gate offers you a specific kind of passage, maybe a specific challenge, something that you have to go through in order to reach a further development of your life track. Rails, when you deal with rails in your life or any kind of train or any kind of vehicle that uses rails, we have already pointed at that. That means that you are not free to go right or left. You just have set tracks. You just have to follow that which has been designed for you. So you're not that free, unlike when you are flying a plane, for example. There you are totally free to go wherever you want and you take some distance. Your life path might also be in the air, much freer. But if you are down to earth, and very often you will be, then you have to look at all kinds of aspects of this road or life track. Crossroads. Crossroads indicate that you have to make a choice about going left or right. We will see. So different aspects of the road have to be clarified. Is the road narrow or wide? Is it giving you a lot of space? Or is it sort of tricky to move forward? Is it easy or bumpy? Flat or not? Is it straight or winding? There are turns. If it's straightforward, it's easy. If it's turning all the time, changing directions, it's your life path, changing directions. It's a new direction that your life is taking. This is quite meaningful, obviously. Downhill or uphill, downhill will be a lot easier. Uphill requires more effort. This is something that is talking to you. Wet or dry, if it's wet, it is related to emotional experience. We have already seen that whatever wet water is related to emotion. If there is a leftover of traces of wet on the road or mud, this indicates that you are dealing with an emotional environment on your life track. Whereas if it's dry, then there is less emotional experience. Of course, the weather is also going to be important. Muddy or sandy, if it's sandy, obviously you won't be finding it easy to progress. It's making it more difficult. Is the perspective open? Do you have some visibility? Can you see far away, or is it very short-sighted? obstacles or no obstacles? Can you keep moving forward, or is this something that blocks you from moving forward? All of this has to be clarified in terms of metaphoric meaning. So let's look at a few examples, starting with this one. This is a man. I am on a wide road that turns towards the right. There are some traces of water on the road, indicating it has been raining. But now there is bright sunshine and blue sky. Right in front of me, just around the corner, some huge metallic gates have to be passed in order to access the wide highway that stretches out behind it. I can see this highway empty and straight, leading far away without any obstacle. There is one problem though. I have developed something like big wings, similar to an airplane, which cannot possibly pass through this narrow gate. I think I will have to become very small in order to get through. Then he wakes up. The translation of this dream, and again, pay attention to the fact that we are proceeding sentence by sentence, which is the most clear way to proceed in translating. Really word by word, dream element by dream element, so that you catch all the metaphors and all the meaning of the dream. I am on a wide road that turns towards the right. I am on my present life path, which is going to take a turn towards the right. The right is the more positive part. Left is negative. Negative not in terms of good or bad, but in terms of past or future. The right is more future-oriented, action-oriented, positive in terms of initiative. The left would be more receptive, feminine. The right is masculine. So towards the right means more action-oriented, future. There are some traces of water. I can still feel the leftovers of a more emotional recent past, the rain. But right now, things look very bright and joyful, sunny, blue sky, no problems. Right in front of me, just around the corner, some huge metallic gates have to be passed. So I can see that I am at a turning point in my life, and there is a challenging passage to go through before my life path becomes much smoother and fast. I can see that my future looks smooth, highway empty and straight, no obstacles. There is a problem though. I have developed these big wings. So the problem is that this obstacle right in front of me doesn't match my personality. The wings indicate that he has some very free and unconventional personality. He can fly a little bit above the average down-to-earth situations. So his free personality, my free personality, makes it difficult to get through this obstacle, through the gate. I think I will have to become very small in order to get through. I think I will have to take a very low profile in order to pass this obstacle. So as a comment, we know that at the time of the dream, the perspective of a marriage with a recently met woman is becoming very likely for this man. But there is still a major obstacle. He knows he has to get through the resistance of the woman's family. He knows he has to make himself acceptable. He knows that he has a fairly free, unconventional personality, the wings, which the girl's friend's family will not easily understand or accept. However, he trusts the process, and once past that narrow entrance, the road is wide open and the future looks bright. So, what is the dream telling him? Quite clearly, it has been emotional before, but here things look bright and there is something coming up. However, there is a challenge to go through. The challenge requires that he makes himself small, not show too much of his personality, take a low profile so that he can get through this passage and then things will be clear. The dream is telling him the future is bright. Where is the resource element? Quite clearly, the weather, but also the highway. The highway, things go smooth, a long way, fast, without obstacle. So what is the dream inviting him to? Here the invitation is regarding this obstacle, the wings. Get small, but most importantly, probably, because this is just a mirroring, the dream is just telling him, trust the process. All is well. You're going to get through there and things will be fine. So you can invite the dreamer to connect with the highway. Just imagine he is already through there. Trust, anchor himself in a space of confidence. Open up to new possibilities. It's coming. It's there already. So here we have another dream. A woman. I am riding a bicycle with my child, a 4-year-old boy, on the back seat. The road in front of me is going downhill towards the right. It's a small countryside road. I can see it going straight into the scenery, but I have a strong feeling that this is not where I need to go. It is clearly the wrong way for me, so I turn towards the left. I rapidly find myself facing a very steep slope made of sand. I need to go up that slope to reach the top and keep going. But it is a real struggle to move ahead with my bicycle and the boy. We slide back down several times. There is nothing to hold on to. I think maybe I could let the boy climb first, but then I feel I can't let him go alone. He needs me. So I decide to leave my bicycle and keep crawling upwards together with the boy. After much effort, we arrive at the top. There I can see my brother and his family. They seem to be having a good time out there. I feel reassured as my brother welcomes me. Translation of this dream, and I've been going through sentence by sentence, but I give it in one go here. I am driving my simple life, a bicycle, together with my inner child, my growing self, my unaccomplished potential. I realize that the path I am following towards the right, masculine, rational, action-oriented, is not appropriate for me. Although it looks easy, going downhill. I choose to change direction towards the left, more feminine, intuitive, more introverted, possibly more creative path. Having made that choice, I find myself faced with a difficult challenge, steep slope going uphill. I can hardly move forward. There is nothing to hold on to. Of course, it's sandy, no bushes, no trees. I know where I want to reach, the top of the hill. But I struggle a lot, only to fall back on my starting point a few times, sliding back down. I feel that I need to care for my personal development. I can't let my child go alone. I have to abandon some of my resources, leave the bicycle, get on my feet, maybe struggle even more simple. After a lot of effort, I finally reach my goal, the top, where I can relax, enjoy life again, and feel reunited with parts of me that I felt separated from. That's my brother and the family. I feel more confident as I can reconnect again with that part of me that has a clear sense of direction. That's what she projects on the brother. It's a man who knows where he wants to go and can reach his goals. That's the part of her that has that strong willpower. Comment? Indeed, the evening before this dream, this woman had been wondering about quitting her job, as she felt it did not satisfy her deeper needs anymore. It was easy and secure, but she felt she was getting increasingly bored. The dreamer summarized the dream's message as follows: I made an inner choice not to keep going on the track I am on. The dream warns me of possible tough times ahead. But if I decide to keep taking care of my needs and develop my potential, my more meaningful qualities and talents, which still have to grow, that is the child part, I can succeed and reach my goal, the top of the hill. So how can you process that dream, where there is clearly an invitation to trust and keep going, even though it's going to require some effort? So you can ask the client to go back to the dream and visualize herself on the top of the hill. Project herself in the future, at the part of the dream that is most empowering, most resourceful. So you just ask, go towards the end of the dream. See your brother and family there. Feel their quality, their presence. Possibly role play this brother. He is a part of you. Go into that perspective. He's already there. He has reached your goal already. So just role play. Go into that perspective. Breathe in this confidence, this inner power. This is who you are. Anchor her into that sense of confidence. It's all there. I have reached my goal. This is the best way to attract into your reality what you really want. Go there inside. Feel the confidence.